All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Ruach double honors unto the apostles and the elders of the great millstone who taught us this truth. Shalom also to the Akim pushing this word in sincerity and in truth, and to the speckled bird across the four corners of the world, and to the few sisters who are listening to you. I say Shalom. Lord willing, this will be an edifying lesson on the brother Chadashah from the GM and Chicago camp, coming back at you with another quick lesson. All right, and it was just going to be off a statement that the Apostle Ramla made. Salaki, I just had to let that train pass by, but just off a statement that the Apostle Ramlab said in this video. All right, subscribe and be edified. This is the Apostle Ramlab's page, GMS Info Doc Channel 12. All right, it was off a lesson called Continue Ye in My Love. And he said the Lord doesn't need bench warmers. All right. And that's exactly, that's facts, man. All right, the Lord don't need somebody warming up the chair. All right, the Lord don't need, all right, some wallflowers, some bench warmers, some dudes that are just gonna have their hands in their pockets, man. All right, we've stepped into other men's labors. All right, let me start off with that, because look, we stepped into other men's labors, man. And since we've stepped into other men's labors, all right, let me see, Salakia. This is John 4:38. It says, I sent you to reap that whereon ye bestowed no labor. Other men labored, and ye entered into their labors. You see, so other men have labored. You got to understand that this truth that we have been called into, man, all right, has had a very consistent, I wouldn't want to say trend, but a very, very consistent upkeeping of doing the work, man. All right, that's the example the apostles gave. All right, that's the example the bishops give. All right, that's the example that all the elders give, man. They're constantly putting in the work. All right, we're not here to have our hands in our pocket. All right, especially if you're a younger brother, man. If you're a younger brother, get involved in the camp. Figure out, how you could help, what you could do, how you could be more on point with the lessons. All right, ask questions so you could be more on point with the doctrine, man. So you could do the work better. All right, we're not here to have our hands in our pocket and not do the work, man. We're here to do this work. We're here to push the word. We're here to edify and feed the flock, man. No matter how hard it may get, we still got to do the work, man. All right, and we've entered into other men's labors. All right, even when the apostles and elders start to talk about their elders, all right, Abba Bivens, all right, High Priest Ariah, and all the elders, all right, King Masha, when they start to talk about their elders, all right, they start to go into how they would do the work, man, constantly, week in and week out. They would be involved in the work, pushing the word, man. And that's what we've been sent out to do. Just like how Yahushai, when Yahushai was here on earth, man, he didn't have his hands in his pocket. Yahushai was doing the work, man. All right, it wasn't just Sunday morning he would get up and that's it. All right, because that's what Christians do, man. Christians think that it's only on Sunday. Sunday is the Lord's day. That's when you do the work. All right, whatever work they be doing is wicked works, but we got the truth, man. All right, and now that we got the truth, we got to offer up the sacrifices to the Lord, man. Now that we have been allowed by Yahweh Bashim Yahushai to offer up these sacrifices, all right? But this is the mentality that Yahushai had when he was here on earth, man. And I believe the apostle brought this precept out as well. It says, John 4:34, Yahushai saith unto them, my meat is to do the will of him that sent me and to finish his work. So Yahushai is telling you right there, man, what he was all about, all right? His bread and butter was doing the work of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. His bread and butter was to do the will of him that sent him and to finish his work. And that's the mentality that we should be in, man, because Yahushai, who is the author and finisher of our faith, he laid the foundation of how we should move, man. All right, this is Hebrews 12:1. It says, wherefore, seeing we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which does so easily beset us, and let us run with patience the race that is set before us. And that's all what it's all about, man. All right. It's all about patience. All right. Laying aside every weight. All right. Because this fight, you got to understand, as you get deeper and deeper into this fight, there's going to be things that want to take you out the fight. Distractions, all right, things of the world, all right, and it's going to come in all shapes and forms that are going to be pleasing to the flesh. But you got to deny the flesh and deny yourself and keep on doing the work, man. You got to lay aside every weight and the sin which does so easily beset us. All right, that's what, when you find out the truth and you find out the magnitude and the gravity of what it really means for us to even have this word today and to understand it, and you understand the suffering that Yahushua had to go through for us to have this, why wouldn't you lay aside every weight? Why wouldn't you put aside every sin which does so easily beset us? Why wouldn't you do those things? Now that you understand the word, man, all right, it should put that spirit on you to say, fuck the world, I'm going to do what the Lord wants me to do. Let me please Yahweh Shem Shai. And the things that are going to be pleasing to the Lord is doing this work, man. The Lord wants you to push the word. He said, do you love me? Feed my sheep. And he said that 3 times, man, to show you the gravity and the seriousness of what feeding the flock and doing the work really is, man. We got to really do this. All right. And we got to look towards Yahushai. It says right here, verse 2, looking unto Yahushai, the author and finisher of our faith. He's the author and finisher of our faith. He laid the foundation of how we should be moving. All right. And Yahushua was constantly doing the work, constantly teaching in the synagogue, constantly healing people, constantly going into the word. All right. Even Paul. All right. Paul was constantly diligent, man. You think just because he wrote, give your that was Peter. Peter said, give your diligence to make your calling and election sure. But in the book of Philippians, Paul said, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. You think he would write that without himself working out his own salvation with fear and trembling? And you can see it evidently all throughout the epistles that he wrote, all the journeys that he took, all the things that he suffered for the furtherance of the gospel, man. All right. You got to understand that this work involves all hands on deck, man. There's no bench warmers, no fucking wallflowers, none of that bullshit, man. Lazy ass niggas, all that bullshit. Get the fuck out of here, man. The Lord wants to see workers. All right. Hey, the scripture says the harvest is plenteous. Let me get that real quick and then I'll end it. It says right here, Matthew 9:37, it says, then saith he unto his disciples, the harvest truly is plenteous, but the laborers are few. Pray ye therefore the Lord of harvest that he will send forth laborers into his harvest. So the harvest truly is plenteous, man. There's a lot of work to go around, a lot of things to do. All right. Get your hands dirty. Put some elbow grease in there, man. Get involved in the work. Do the work, man. All right. The Lord don't want to see no bench warmers. All right. The Lord don't want to see no wallflowers. The Lord don't want to see your fucking hands in your pockets. All right. The Lord don't want to see you texting on the job. He don't want to see none of that shit, man. He wants you to be focused on the job. All right. All hands on deck involved, man. All right. That's what we've been called here to do. Not to be a lazy ass niggas, man. All right. And that's what most of these other camps are like, man. All right. You see these other groups like IUIC, Sakari, usually is the main guys talking, but none of those other dudes, none of them make lessons, man. So what do they really know? What do we know that they know? They don't even make lessons about what the things that they know, man. See, this truth is about reading the roll and teaching the house of Israel, man. Studying to show thyself approved, rightly dividing the word of God, man. All right, teaching the word. You see, doing the work. All right. Hey, the scriptures talk about how we have to be apt to teach. You have to be able to do the work. It says right here, it says 1 Timothy 3:2, and this is obviously the office of a bishop. All right, which the apostles, the apostles, elders, and bishops, they do their work, man. They're constantly week in and week out going into the word. All right, they're obviously apt to teach. Our elders are apt to teach, man. All right, constantly going into the word, breaking down the scriptures, going into this word, what this means, what that means. All right, but it says right here, a bishop must be blameless, the husband of one wife, vigilant, sober, of good behavior, given to hospitality, apt to teach. All right, so one of the prerequisites of being a man of the Lord, you got to be able to teach, man. All right, and I believe that word for bishop means to be an overseer of the church. All right, so these men, how can you call yourself overseer of the body of Yahweh Shai? All right, if you're not being apt to teach, you got to be apt to teach. You got to be able to teach this word. All right, so really the point of this lesson, man, just backing up what the apostle said, man, the Lord don't need no bench warmers. All right, we're here to do the work. So with that, Lord willing, this is an edifying lesson. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, B'chakdash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of the great millstone taught us this truth. Shalom and Abba.